against the clock.
Randy, whoa, getting it a little wide there, a little hot into Engineer's corner, but he recovers nicely. Let's bring you up to date on the map. Doherty is approaching the W's. Elliott Forbes Robinson at Glen Cove, and Randy Popes is heading for the halfway picnic ground. At Glen Cove, here comes EFR, and again, look at the time, as no one can seem to get under 6 minutes except Sean Hendricks.
Yeah, Sean has really distanced himself from the field. EFR, I think, right now is in second place, but second place is sure a long way from first, as we see, who's that? That is David Doherty, as he's working his way up to the top of the mountain here for the last few corners.
David and another of the Nissan ZX contingent, 9th in the points. He will make it to the summit. So far, only Ed Zabinski, the only driver not to reach the finish line area for this year's race. Look at all that snow to the right. It's July 4th, folks. Don't you have snow in your neighborhood?
Yeah, usually on the 4th of July, I'm out on a boat somewhere doing a barbecue. Here it's a little bit different, as we see David work to the top, and once again, we see just how fine a time it was for Sean Hendricks, as he once again is leagues ahead of David Doherty.
Well, and again, remember, no one has broken 10 minutes except for Sean Hendricks. Total domination. Here comes Randy Popes through the halfway picnic grounds at 90 miles an hour.
You see Randy flash by. Randy is a very mechanical, thoughtful type of driver, and by that he means he thinks a lot about it, he visualizes in his head, he thinks what he can do to do better.
Elliott Forbes Robinson, as he works his way towards the finish line. Now, Elliott was the second quickest through Glen Cove, but remember, he was still 18 seconds behind Sean Hendricks. So now it'll be a matter of, can he get it in the top portion of the race course? And just by the look of that corner and the way the car is bogging, I don't think he's got enough. I think that four-wheel drive that Sean Hendricks brought with that Dodge Stealth has been the big difference in this race. As look, there we are. Again, nobody under 10 minutes except Sean Hendricks, and Elliott Forbes Robinson moves into the second spot. Yes, yes, he does, at 10:11.2, and that's second place, folks. So now we get to the final man who has a chance at catching Sean Hendricks, and he is 13 seconds behind. Randy Popes has finally been the second to crack the 6-minute mark at Glen Cove, but he has got a long way to go to catch our leader, Sean Hendricks. Stay with us. We'll wrap things up at round number 4 of the Bridgestone Supercar Series from Pikes Peak. But first, this. Today's ESPN Speed World event has been brought to you by Bridgestone, the next revolution in tires. Along with Bart Kendall, I'm Marty Reed at Pikes Peak in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Look at the gorgeous view in the background. The rain has held off at least through today's race for the Bridgestone Supercar Series. Randy Popes making his way towards the finish line.
Yeah, Randy had a good run the first lower half of the bout. And I tell you, I think his autocross experience really paid off. Randy is used to racing against the clock. You're not worried about passing other drivers, being passed. You can really focus on the driving in hand and what you have to do. And besides, you see him going by the people here. Randy said, I like driving my shiny BMW by these people. It makes me proud.
Well, earlier this year, he finished second at Sebring and at Lime Rock, but he's not going to finish second here at Pikes Peak, as Sean Hendricks has been king of the mountain in the Bridgestone Supercar Series, as Randy Popes will end up in 4th place, 42 seconds behind. What a dominating performance by Sean Hendricks. EFR in 2nd, Peter Farrell 3rd, David Doherty rounding out the top 5. There is Andy Pilgrim doing a great job in a street stock car. Sean Rose, Shane Lewis, and Ed Zabinski. Let's go to victory lane with Bart.
Yeah, I'm here with the winner of the Bridgestone Supercar, the inaugural winner of the Supercar run at Pikes Peak, Sean Hendricks. Now, Sean, you're standing next to a green race car. Sometimes they say it's bad luck. It was good luck for you today.
Yeah, it sure was. The car ran great. These guys gave me this four-wheel drive for this race. I normally run the BMW, but Ed Arnold had this car laying around, and we knew it would be a good car. And I'd sure like to thank him for giving me this car, because the four-wheel drive worked great, and the twin turbo, man, this was the car to beat up here this weekend.
Now, you had a little different strategy than most people for the week. You didn't take as much practice time as everyone else. Why was that?
Well, the car, its reliability has been kind of low, so we had to take it easy all weekend. I'd been up here quite a few times in a rental car, and I knew if I knew this track too well, I'd get out here and try to overdrive, and that's something you don't want to do on this mountain at all. So I was just planning on coming up here and driving conservative, and hopefully the four-wheel drive and the turbo charger would get me all the way to the hill faster than anybody else.
Well, Sean, I've been up the mountain in a rental car, and I guarantee you mine didn't go as fast as your Dodge Stealth did today. Sean Hendricks with a 14-point margin now over Randy Popes. Peter Farrell moves up to 3rd. Sean Rowe is now 4th. Shane Lewis up to 5th. Andy Pilgrim holds down the 6th spot alone. Then EFR, David Daugherty, and Doc Bundy and John Schneider, because they did not make an appearance here, dropped to 9th and 10th in the points. That's going to do it for us here at Pikes Peak. Hope you have enjoyed the inaugural running of the Bridgestone Supercar Series. For my partner, Bart Kendall, I'm Marty Reed. We'll see you next time we go racing on ESPN.